guys, welcome to Monday Mobility with Janine at Whole Body Health. I have a visitor today. It's my sister Deanna. She's visiting with her family from Montana. So she is here demoing with me. She's super excited. Let's go ahead and get started. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. You will need a foam roller today. I only have one soft roller, so Deanna's going to use the soft roller for the couple movements that we're going to use with the foam roller. I have a yoga block. If you prefer to use a yoga block, you can grab a yoga block now. I'll show you what we're doing with it when we get there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get into all fours. Wrists underneath those shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're just going to push up into that cat position, stretching everything out. And then releasing down into the cow position. A little lift of the chin. And reverse. Using the breath as you move. Noticing how the body's moving. Maybe a little stiff. If it's painful, don't push through. Just go to that point of maybe a little uncomfortableness. And just move. Do a couple more. Let's do one more at each. Big push through the shoulders. And squeeze those shoulder blades together as you lift the chin. Okay, go ahead and put those hands way out in front of you here. We're going to keep the hips up high. Push the chest down towards the ground. So if you need to go a little wider than shoulder width with the hands, feel free to do that. Go with that shoulder range of motion. Making sure to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Driving the chest down towards the floor. Big inhale. Exhale as you release towards the floor. Try not to fight the lower back. If it's tight, just go with what you've got. Don't fight it. Don't push it. Go ahead and take that right hand, put it on top of the left hand, and we're going to do the same thing. So pull down, pushing the right armpit towards the ground. Should feel stretched underneath the armpit, maybe down the back, all the way to the hip, depending on what's going on in your body. Again, use that breath. Big inhale. Exhale, push down towards the floor. I got a little shakiness going on. Anyone else got shakiness? Deanna, how's your shaky?
A little.
Little. One more big inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and switch. So the right hand goes out, left hand goes on top of the right, and then drive that left armpit down towards the ground. Trying to relax into it, not fight it.
This one's shakier.
Big inhale. Exhale, relax. Let's go do one more big inhale and exhale. Go ahead, come on out of that. You're going to keep your hands out in front of you. Sink those hips down to the heels. So depending on how tight your low back is, you might not be able to touch your heels with your butt. That's okay. Keep the hands out wide, just outside of shoulder width. Let's use that rocking motion to switch side to side. So push into the left hip, feel that stretch through that left hip and glute, and then rock back to the other side. Trying to relax the upper body. Give it like a 3 to 5 second hold on each side as you rock and push into each hip. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Trying not to fight it. Trying not to engage too much through the abdominal. If you get engaged too much, you won't get as much release there. Feel like you're gripping with the abs. All while breathing. If you feel super restricted in the front of the hip, you can always go a tad wider with those knees. Give yourself a little bit more space. Or if you're carrying a little extra belly, you need a little more room there. Widen the knees. You might feel a little more stretch in the inner thigh when you do that, depending on how tight those adductor muscles are. Just going to do one each side one more time. And then slowly come on out of that. Go ahead and grab either your yoga block or your roller, whichever one you have available. We're going to come down to the belly. You're going to take your arms. Let's start with the right side view here. You're going to put it out in a goalpost position. Rest that elbow on the roller. You're going to look away from the roller. Put your hand on your face or under your chin or your cheek while you do this. You're just going to relax your body into the ground. So here we're working on the chest and the front of the shoulder. Different people feel it a little different area depending on how tight you are, depending on your body. How does it feel for you?
It doesn't not tight at all.
Okay. So pushing through the shoulder. We're going to stay here for just another 10 seconds or so, and then we're going to change our arm position. We'll show you how when you change the arm position, it'll change that stretch just a little bit. Think about driving the shoulder down. And we're going to take our roller or our arm or whatever we have. I have a yoga block, so I had to raise mine up a little. Okay, I'm sitting the shoulder back, and I'm doing the same thing, pushing down towards the ground. Trying to relax into it. Big deep breaths, inhale and exhale as you drive that shoulder down. And we're going to hold that position another 5 seconds here, and then we're going to change positions just a little bit more. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take the left hand and bring it up. We're just going to give it a little bit of push. Okay, so working with the range of motion. We're just kind of rotating the body a little bit to the left. Okay, feeling that stretch. If you need to move that arm back down, you can. You can kind of play with that arm position, see what works for you. Just finding the position where you get this gentle stretch, either the front of the shoulder, maybe in the pec. Depends on what's going on. Another big deep breath here. Okay, let's come on to that. Let's switch to the other side. Okay, arm up. Look away. And push down towards the ground with that shoulder. I feel this side a little bit more than the other side. Trying to relax. Let's go ahead and move that block or roller or arm up just a little bit. Okay, same thing, look away. Push down the shoulder. Firm pressure on the block. I haven't mentioned that yet, but I thought that goes without saying. Pushing on the block as your hand is resting there. Pushing on the roller. Big breaths in and out. Nice and controlled breathing. Okay, we're going to rotate up. So use that right hand to kind of push your body up and rotate to the right. While pushing that shoulder down. One more inhale and exhale here. Okay, and we're going to slowly come on out of that. Come on up to your seated position. Sit comfortably back on your heels. I'm going to turn sideways a little bit. We're going to clasp our hands up behind our back. Chest up nice and tall, belly button engaged, and just give a little lift of those shoulders. Now try to keep the upper body pointing forward, so we don't want the shoulders to point down. We're going to keep everything up nice and tall and just give a little lift. Try to open that chest, pull the chin down and back so your neck is not kinked forward or backward. If you've got good range of motion here, you can always tip forward. Again, nice flat back. As you lift those arms a little higher, you can kind of play with this here. A little deeper stretch. But if the upright position is plenty for you, then go ahead and feel free to stay here. Just going to hang out here. It's a little bit longer. We're almost done, guys. See, 10 minutes goes by super fast. It's amazing, especially when you're talking. Big breaths. Try to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Open up that chest. Nice, tall, upright posture. Give it a little more lift through the back if you can. Raising those hands up. Big exhale, and then release. Go ahead and flap our arms a little bit. Open some things up. Might feel some neck tightness depending on how tight you are in the neck. Front of the neck especially could be tight. Give a nice big arm circle. Loosen up the shoulders a little bit. Reverse positions or reverse directions. Okay, and it's the other side. Big sweeping circle. Again, each time you do this, notice how your body's moving. So I've talked to some people who have very limited shoulder mobility, so they go to sweep back, and they're literally, turn sideways here, well, I guess you can see it better this way. They're literally sweeping out to the side because they can't get their arm all the way back. This side is actually feeling super stiff today, so I don't feel like my mobility on this side is quite as good. This side's a little bit better, little full range of motion, which is a little surprising because my right is usually worse. But we want that full range of motion as you do that circle. We don't want to cut ourselves short, and we're not going to gain any mobility by doing that. And I'll stop doing that. That's enough. That's enough swinging arms. Anyways, we are done for our Monday mobility today. Thank you to my sister for joining us. Thank you for everyone else for joining us. If you're joining us later today, I know a couple of you texted me and said, I'm doing it later. That's great. I hope you get a lot out of it. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take care and be safe from all this smoke, guys. Stay inside if you can. Talk to you soon. Bye.